So one of the other things that's out here, I put that book out here. Someone sent me this book. It's What If. It's like a hypothetical situation book. I put it out here because I wanted people to know that I'm aware of it, and I feel bad because people send me this book fairly regularly.
They send you the physical book?
Some people buy this book and gift it via Amazon.
I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have several.
So I brought it out just so people know. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You don't have to.
Is this a sponsored book there?
No.
Let's go here. You go. Check this out. Red versus Blue, the book. Comes out November 17th in stores.
Well, you'd have to get rid of the easel. We were going to take it off and put the Red versus Blue book there.
Now I'll hold this bitch
I'm gonna
here.
retrieve the
I'm
easel.
dedicated to the joke. Oh, watch this. Let it go. Stands up on its own.
Whoa,
Worth the money.
one of the features.
Ashley busted me watching porn.
You already. Oh,
Oh, so yeah,
She says she didn't do it.
she didn't do it.
Wait,
so,
who did?
So I go through the whole story here. Okay.
Oh, where's this going?
So it was one of those nights when I was downstairs doing something and she went to bed early. Okay, like she would like
Just wait till the morning.
like 11, right? So like 11. So I went upstairs and I was like, "Hey, what's up, blah blah?" And she's like, "I'm really tired." and
Having none
everything."
of it.
Yeah, well, she was like, "I'm really tired." I'm like, she was already half asleep, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And she was like, "Nice," and I was like, "No, don't worry about it. Just go to sleep. It's no big deal." So then I'm laying there. I'm laying there in bed. I think all guys have been there before. I'm laying there in bed. I'm like,
Pitch a tent?
yeah. I was like, I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have taken her up on it. I'm like, nah. I was like, I'll just go downstairs. So I go downstairs. Get out the laptop. Take care of business. Everything's fine.
You didn't do it on your phone? For ease?
Everything's fine. Go to sleep.
get a
What's
bigger
that?
screen.
Didn't go on your phone?
Let him finish the story.
No, I use the computer in the living room. It's a lot easier. No, I'm just kidding. I used the laptop for it. Oh, no, actually, you're right. What am I saying? It's a very important story. I used my phone. I absolutely did use my phone.
Never mind. Thank you, Gavin.
And actually, I'm
You're
glad
welcome.
you corrected me.
You're
I'm glad
welcome.
you corrected me. So everything was
there.
fine. Went up. Barbara, when you can't sleep, does it ever cross your mind to masturbate to go to sleep?
All the time.
Oh, does it? Does that work for ladies
Well,
as
she
well?
does it like 12 times a day or like 7 or
She
something.
just does it because she thinks about it because she's awake, right? Yeah. Is that a thing? Anyway, so guys, it's a sleep technique.
It's, no, well,
For women, too.
you don't want to sleep in like an ooze.
No, wait, I'm not doing it right there.
No,
I'm not doing it.
Are you talking about for girls?
No, for dudes, it's like post ooze.
Oh, I get you. Sure, I get you. That's part of life.
It's also a sleeping technique for women.
Okay, there you go. Fair enough. Let's get
It's a
away from
sleeping
his
technique
ooze
for
discussion.
humans.
At least myself. Speaking as a woman, that's what I
So
do.
everything was fine. Everything was totally fine. Everything was great. Whatever.
What kind were you watching?
Listen, we'll get to that in a second. So the next day we're getting ready for work, and we're getting ready. We're getting everything set, and I had something that I needed to put in the trunk of the car. Ashley gets in the car. A car activates because I open the trunk and it recognizes me and activates me, and then the car goes, "Hey, Bluetooth," and connects to my Bluetooth and starts playing what's on my phone. I'm outside the car. I don't have any idea that this is taking place. I get,
She's in the car, so I'm like,
I get in the fucking car and I get halfway to work and the radio's been turned down, but it's got the URL like up on the thing with the description of the
Oh
file.
my god.
And it's right there. She goes, "What are you listening to?" And she even gave me a great out. She goes, "Oh, you did a risky click?" I'm like, "No, I just straight up busted for that." What are you
So
gonna do?
was it turned down when she got in the car, or was it turned up and she
I
kinda
was
like,
all I know was turned down when I got in, and she was just like a little beat red and like listening to that.
Actually, did you turn it down, or was it already all the way up?
It was pretty far down. She says.
So you just you're finished and you just locked the phone? You didn't close the video?
Classic mistake. I just
it's a
locked the phone.
dangerous world we live in.
It is.
Imagine if that was like a presentation or something.
There's a lot of stories of people doing that for presentations.
And you know how like the phone
Fucking car from the future. Shit piece of
Ratting you out.
shit.
So on our flight to Sydney, 17-hour flight. A lot could happen on a 17-hour flight. Apparently, someone who was with our group went to the bathroom, and while they were waiting in line, this little kid comes out of the bathroom, and he has vomit all over his back. His back.
Back?
And
Wait,
he came
threw
out.
up on his own back?
His dad was also waiting in line for him to come out. And the boy comes out. He goes, "Daddy, someone threw up on me." Apparently, an older guy, who was probably like in his mid-40s or something, got sick on the flight and like ran into the bathroom and threw up all over the kid.
Oh,
What? Because
the door wasn't locked.
The kid didn't lock the door.
Yeah, like
What?
And wait, so the kid was pissing.
I don't know if the kid was pissing, but the kid was going into the bathroom, and then this man also tried to come into the bathroom to throw up, but threw up all over
Gavin.
the kid.
Oh my god.
That's how you make it super villain.
Oh
right there.
my
That's how you do that.
God.
Apparently,
I would want a refund.
Holy crap.
Imagine how awful that would be.
Can you imagine being that dad? Your kid walks in, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that would be. That as a parent, I would have a reaction. Imagine somebody throwing up on your dog.
Yeah, like I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
But I think if I saw it, I would start punching. Like until I found the right person. Like somehow everyone is involved.
punch
Going
them.
down the aisle, just bop, bop.
You can't do that. It clearly wasn't their fault. They were trying to make it to the bathroom.
There's a sick bag. Look before you vomit.
But it is.
There's a kid. Yeah,
I like this way better, by the way.
Yeah,
The
no, it's
space,
great.
the space where we normally do the podcast is being used by another production right now. So we got kicked out. The longest running, maybe
Salty, I like it.
a show that we do that's the same time every week for 13 years, 14 years now. Yeah, we got moved.
We got moved, but we're still at the same time.
So
this is
normally we
being-
pre-tape these in the morning.
Yeah, this is pre-recorded at 5 p.m. on a Monday.
It's 5:03 p.m. on Monday right now,
So we could now live watch the podcast that you made last time,
which is also a pre-tape.
which is a pre-tape.
It's pre-tapes all the way down, baby.
I'm gonna pull it up right now on my phone.
What kind of low budget
There's you.
inception is this?
This
There's Gus.
I'm live right now over there wearing
wait.
a different
funny.
shirt.
everyone shush.
4 or 5 months at this point. Like it's not.
Why?
We can't copyright strike ourselves, Eric.
I wouldn't put it past us.
Here's what we should do, Eric.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Hijack the feed right now with this.
No.
For
No.
like 30 seconds.
No.
And then just give it
But
back.
then they wouldn't know. That would be so confusing.
That a message from the future.
Yeah.
We could do it.
Pirate,
No, we
pirate
can't do
our
it.
own
It's not
signal.
the
I got a
future.
Max Headroom mask. I'll put on.
But for them, it's the future.
I'll pull my pants down.
Hold on. I need to figure something out here with Gavin. He said the podcast, if we intercepted the podcast going on right now, it'd be a message from the future. But the podcast is currently live right now to present day everyone. And so
But
if
that's
we
from the
came in,
past.
well, we're in the past. The video of us is in the past. So it's like we're sending a message to ourselves in the past, but ourselves are never going to acknowledge it. Because
No, we're sending it to the audience from the future.
Yeah, this is May 30th. You're talking to May 23rd.
Yeah, but if
what
we-
do you want to tell them?
Oh my God.
What we should do is we'll hijack the feed, and then be like, everyone, make sure, and then cut back to the.
No matter what, the most important thing is
absolutely
But
do
they-
not.
They are
Back to the
watching this
present.
when we're doing this. So we're not in the future from the people watching the podcast right now.
but we
What
will
are you
be.
confused about? What are you confused about? The podcast is live now.
Yeah.
It's you a week ago.
Right.
Or 4 days
But the
ago.
people
whatever.
watching it are the people today. People a week ago aren't
No.
watching.
We're going to send this now because it's at the same time as that one. We're going to send this live now
Yeah.
to the broadcast now. Like, overwrite what's playing now
Yes.
with us now.
Yeah,
Right.
So we're sending them. We don't have to worry about the future and the rest of the world. We'll worry about our future that we're creating right now.
So the people watching now,
Yeah.
as we're doing this now, would see us now.
Right, but if we're like, it's
this-
May 23rd, it's 75 degrees, they would know that because it's
And
today.
anyway, this podcast brought to you by Diet Smoke. Just throwing that out there.
I don't understand either, Barbara.
I-
I don't.
yeah.
But everyone here is more important than me, so I just like don't say anything.
If it makes you feel better, nothing I'm saying makes sense. So I wouldn't.
We're from the future. Johnny Depp is innocent.
Another thing that Bernie did every morning was that he would point the shower head outwards and then
You
say he
get
didn't
in
do
the
it.
shower. By the way, you're in my room.
That's
I
true.
can point the shower head
It's
up
true.
at the ceiling
but,
if I fucking want
but
to.
why? He basically pointed the shower head outwards into the bathroom. So the first morning I turned it on, it went all over me. I was like, oh, you used to do that to me.
I used to do that to him too.
And I was like, well, it's a lovely little prank. But you were just like, either you just denied it or you were completely unaware that you did it.
First of all, I wasn't doing it on purpose to do anything to you. You get in that shower, and you shut the curtain, I'm not gonna like mash up against the wall. I'm standing in the center of the shower.
I turn the shower on first, let it heat up, and then get in.
Yeah, sure. I do that too.
Well,
Well, like adjust. And
that's what I
everything when you're
tried
in
to
there.
do,
But
Barbara.
why would you turn the shower head outwards?
I'm not. It's not. It's like we're not talking like direct 90 degree to the right. It's just a little bit that way. The problem is he turns it on. It starts. He said the bathroom flooded. I said how?
did. That's
He goes,
what happened the
I
next
turned
day.
on the shower and I left to let it heat up and it flooded the bathroom. I'm thinking. The water doesn't change direction after the first second or two. He had to turn it on, see that it was leaving the bathtub, and then just walk out, or just turn it out. And would you run? You like you tie a string
I
and
didn't
you're out in the
even-
hallway? Ah! You
I
pull it.
didn't even leave. Basically, what I did, I put it on. It came into the thing. I might have got on my arm a little bit, and I shut the curtain. You put the curtain on the outside. for
I
a start.
don't put the curtain
Yeah.
on the outside.
So it was hitting the curtain and just running onto the floor. I just turned around. I started shaving in the mirror, and when I turned around, there was just water everywhere.
You shave before you get in the shower?
I don't know. I don't really.
What are you, a fucking lunatic?
Sounds made up, doesn't it, guys?
Anyway.
No, your story's starting to fall apart a little. Were
Yeah.
you really shaving? What were you doing?
So when I thought the bathroom couldn't,
You are not shaving, my friend.
I was
Having a wank.
shaving.
Nobody shaves before getting in the shower.
Yeah, because it gets all the hair off you when you get in the shower.
You can shave at the beginning of your shower.
I don't shave. It's an electric razor. I'm not going to take it in the shower. With
Okay,
me.
electric razor. Starting to check. out.
Look. You think I've wet
You
shaved?
say, yeah. I thought you had a fucking razor.
No. Anyway, so
Let
that
me
was an
story, Garrett.
absolute mess. The next morning I wake up.
Somebody kept calling him Garrett.
I was just like, where did that come from?
The next morning I wake up. You already left to go and like do rehearsal for your
Yeah,
keynote.
probably do something important.
Yeah.
Probably.
The sink's full of blood.
Oh, there's a really good reason why the sink was full of blood, though.
Okay.
There's a very good reason.
And that is.
I ate a steak in the bathroom.
We went to Morton's the night before. And you ordered the biggest steak and took it to go. You took like 3 bites of the restaurant and took the entire steak home.
So
And then ate it over the sink the next morning.
You're an
you have a-
animal.
did
I
you
didn't
have
have silverware, so I'm in the bathroom.
Did
Here's
you
the
have a
worst.
fridge in the room, or did
Yeah,
you
there's a fridge in the room, and that's how I knew to bring it back. Barbara, here's the worst part about waking up in the morning and eating a steak in the bathroom sink. With no, because you don't have silverware, so you gotta do this. The worst part about that whole scenario is I'm staring at myself in the mirror because it's a big mirror.
Do you pretend you're an animal? You're like hovering over the kill, like growling at your reflection. Like,
And I saw that there was some blood in this thing, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's so jarring too. Like I'm bleary eyed. I've just woken up. I turn the lights on. I'm like, oh, where's Bernie? What happened?
This was a couple of months ago. Like I found these hard drives end of last year, and I thought I should save these now because they're going to be useful in the future.
Oh, shit.
That was
How?
Okay, that was the worst one ever.
That was.
How? Got all over Gus's laptop.
Thanks. This is replacing the one that got water dumped on it. And now,
So that time-
let's see if a laptop can survive beer dumped right on it.
That time I saw it rising up and I was like, I'm going to stay ahead of it. I put my finger in and it just it turned
I think that
into-
made it worse.
It turned into a super jet.
Don't worry. Just get out here.
That's a really nice laptop too.
Thank you. It is a really nice laptop. I can't wait for you to buy me a new one. I've only had it a couple months. I just got this last month. It's fucking brand new.
Look, you know who you sit next
You
to.
know
every
better.
week.
Yeah, it's my fault. Fucking victim blame. That's the way to go. Fucking. You're one to talk. No one sees where you live.
Why would they?
When are you going to have a house?
I don't know. Maybe to watch The Matrix.
Hey, Gus, we should hang out again.
Yeah.
Could I come over? Gus?
Oh, sorry, I was drinking.
Pick a day.
Spicy.
Pick a day of the year. It will be the day.
For what?
Let me pull up my calendar.
Matrix.
We're gonna watch the whole Matrix.
We're gonna watch all 3 Matrices.
Not the
Animatrix?
not the Animatrix.
No, the Animatrix.
So just on the weekends, so there's certain movies I feel like when you have cable, you always see. Pick a date, asshole. I'm back for
Saturday.
you. There you go.
This Saturday?
This Saturday,
South by?
Too soon?
if you do it, I'll be blown away. If you actually come over.
Hold on. I need to make sure that I don't have anything going on. Yeah, this Saturday. I'm doing something Sunday.
We got to hammer this down now. We got to hammer this down
What
now.
about Thursday?
It's 3 fucking movies, and they're like, what, 2.5 each?
I
or
would
something
guess
like
2, 2.5.
that?
So block off 8 hours for it, just to be safe.
Hold on. I think I'm going
We'll
to a
order in
screening
lunch.
of that badass movie that we were talking about. So I'm going to see if that's...
That's on Sunday.
Okay. Then it should be... What about that other thing?
That's also on Sunday.
Okay. Free and clear.
I know your fucking schedule.
Free and clear, Gavin Free.
Saturday.
Let's do this.
What time?
You have 8 hours.
What's convenient for you, Gav?
Oh, but I don't have the projector anymore.
So go to his place.
Can we
Here
just
comes
watch
the
it on-
excuses.
Like, we can watch it on TV, though.
Oh,
right?
there's a small hiccup. A very small hiccup.
Go on then.
It's your girlfriend's birthday on Saturday.
I knew that. Yep, I'm busy and
He's actually red. He's gone.
I'm sorry.
did I like you how know you're that?
like,
I didn't, because it's on my calendar. I think it connects to Facebook.
How is it on your calendar and not your calendar?
well, I mean, I knew it was.
Or
I
your
knew what date
brain.
it is.
Yeah, like that should just be like something that's coming up soon.
That would be so funny if you guys planned a whole 8-hour day
For
with
your
each other.
birthday, planes, come over.
I bring popcorn. I'm like, what's up, boy? Let's do this.
Happy birthday.
We're gonna watch The Matrix.
You want to join?
Yay.
He bumps out of a cake for her.
She doesn't watch this, right?
You tell
People will tweet her
us.
though.
Yeah, Twitter does, and they're killing her.
Ah, I'm screwed. Hey, what if, like, nobody said anything?
I recently got on a plane that I wasn't supposed to be on.
Oh, my God.
Like while traveling. When I went to that family trip,
How does that happen?
You got onto the plane?
I got onto the plane,
But also,
and
how
it was the wrong plane.
Don't they scan your ticket when you're going through the gate? Like, don't.
Yeah,
Did you spin move around the gate agent? How'd you get on?
it was so.
How does that?
I was just as confused as all of you.
Not me.
Well, apparently.
Oh wait, no. I mean, what?
See,
what?
now you don't have to. So, I was going. I had an early flight
Yeah. From Austin.
from Austin. Yeah, and I think I told this wrong. I had called an Uber.
Did you
And
notice the
then-
construction on the door of the airport?
What?
No, keep
There
going.
is.
Don't
There
listen
is
to
there.
him.
I called an Uber and was rushing around, grabbing my stuff, getting together because I was a little late, and then get in the car, Uber, and driving off. And then I realized at about halfway to the airport that I don't have my phone. That I had left
Oh
it.
my God.
That I had left it.
How did you know your Uber was there?
He called it, and then
Like I think.
How did you know it was ready?
I think what I did was I had all my bags at the door. And then I had to like, so
So you put
I
your
think I
phone
set it
down?
down to get my bags.
Saw the car was there.
Well, no, the car's here. I knew the car was here. Ding, whatever. Set it down. Set it down to grab my bags. And then lock the door. Like, also, I was like taking out my keys.
Sure. I understand how. it
And
can
then I
happen.
walked out because I was in a rush. And then I got in the car, and then I was like, oh, and then at some point I'm like, where's my phone?
Oh my God.
So I had to
stressing
go
me out.
back.
I'm getting stressed out.
And just out of curiosity, how early do you tend to leave for a flight? Like, do you give yourself enough time, or are you
I
one of
typically
those?
give myself enough time.
Okay.
But I was sweating it
Okay.
because I was like, because at first I was like, surely it's here. I wouldn't like. I was like, I didn't believe that I didn't
phone.
get it. That I got into the car without my phone.
I believed it.
But I was like, no, it's got to be here. And I was like, but yeah, went around, got it, and I was like nervous. But I don't check bags if I can, unless I'm going for more than 10 days.
Oh wow, 10 days.
Yeah.
9 days. No, 10.
I
Yeah.
feel like more than 4 days, maybe 5. I'm taking.
I had actually
could do a
packed. I had actually packed for like 3 weeks. Because I
But if it's more than 10 days,
Wait,
Well-
but you don't have a check back?
okay.
well,
so
I didn't for this one, but
No check bags.
but normally I don't check.
So
back.
you have
All right,
one.
21 days worth of clothes in the check. Carry on.
present.
I haven't even.
So
I'm
you have
derailing
one
the story.
Carry-on and a backpack, I assume.
Yeah, a backpack and a carry-on. That's
Okay.
all I had.
Easy. And you somehow still forgot your phone.
So I go back. I get to the airport. I had TSA pre-check, so I get through.
Good,
and I'm
good.
like, cool. Made it into
So
the
just
thing.
to clarify, do you have your phone with you at the airport at this point?
Yeah, because I went back and got it.
Okay.
And I considered not doing it at all, but then I was like, there's no way I can go
Oh,
like.
you cannot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got on the flight, and then I sat down, and a moment later, a guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, I'm in first class. I was wondering if you would be up for switching seats with me so I can sit with my family and I was like,
my
I'm sitting next
God.
to like a kid, like who might cry or
Damn,
something.
he was willing to give you his first class
and he
ticket?
gave me his first class. He probably got guilted into it by his
And
wife.
you weren't in first class?
No. And so I was like, yeah, absolutely.
What if he was like, no, I want to sit next to the kids?
Yeah. Nah, you stay.
And so I was like, whoa. And so I went up first class, and I was like, loving it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm living big life. And then get off the flight. I have a transfer to another one. I'm walking, and I'm like, oh, I basically.
So you made the right connection, at least.
Yeah, I made my connection.
So
and
what city are you in now?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to those things. I just know I need to get to.
And this is recent?
It was in I was in North Carolina somewhere, so probably
Okay.
Charlottesville.
Probably
Charlottesville.
Probably.
Charlottesville? That's not a.
That's in
anyways.
Virginia.
Well, Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
So I walk off the plane. Y'all are derailing this more than me.
I know. Well, it's just so fascinating.
I get off. I put my stuff away, and then I realized I left my laptop in my original seat.
So not in first class
How did
and back in economy next to the kid.
But did the guy who took your seat not be like, oh shit, his laptop is in this pocket?
No, because I put it. I put it in the little pocket thing. There's like magazines and stuff.
You buried it in the.
Yeah. So I could see not seeing that.
Yeah, and I went up and then I napped the whole way because I was like early, and then I got off the plane. Like that's it. But they won't let you back on once you've left.
Right.
So I had to be like, hey, I left my laptop. What seat were you sitting in? And I was like, well, it's confusing. And I was like, I was in.
Funny story.
I mean, just tell him whatever seat you were originally, because that's where you put it.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to give them the story of how, well, I was in this seat, and then I moved to first
Well,
class.
I just said, well, I was in first class, but I'm not that guy.
Why did you bother with that?
I
piece
don't
of detail?
know,
You should have
Barb.
just told the original seat where the
You gotta tell
laptop
the story
was.
as confusing as possible.
The laptop is in this seat.
She found it
Okay.
quickly, got it. But I was like, at this point, stressed about my connection flight.
Okay.
Because we'd been delayed a bit. So I was like rushing, I was running, and I made it to the gate. And I scanned the thing. I'm like, yes.
And how did you know what gate you were at?
I looked at my ticket thing.
Okay.
Did you have a paper one or was it on
no,
your
it was
phone?
my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the phone
So you
phone
did
told
need
you
that.
it was gate 20.
Whatever.
Let's say.
And I get in.
You get to gate
and
20.
I'm like, sweet, made it. I'm all good to go. And I'll just tell you as that I experienced it. I get on the plane, and I'm like, I got a good seat because it was like a side. I didn't want a middle seat. And I
Okay,
was like,
yeah.
sweet. And I sat in, put my laptop away, get my headphones out,
Don't take your laptop out. Yeah.
and I'm listening to something, headphones. Everyone's boarding, and at some point, someone's like pokes me, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, I think you're in my seat. And I'm like, no. I was like, here's my ticket thing. It says this seat. And he's like, huh. And he shows me his ticket thing, and it's also my seat.
Huh.
That's what I said. And then, so then we were, one of the flight attendants was like, hey, well, look at this. This is confusing. And she was like, huh, I've never seen that before. And she starts looking up what are your tickets reserved under? And she's doing that. And then
Is
she's
this
like,
all still on the plane?
yeah, I'm sitting in the plane.
And some guys just stood awkwardly
Yeah.
in the aisle the whole time.
And then she's like, oh, honey, you're on the wrong flight.
Jesus Christ. How did they switch your gate and you just didn't look at the update?
No, I got on at the right gate. Here's what happened. Because I'd ran,
Yeah.
I had all my stuff and my laptop and my thing. When I got to my gate and I had gotten scanned in, then I was putting my stuff away and I was looking down. I walked down the stairs. This was not one of those gates where you get in the tubes and you go directly into the plane. It was a smaller, one of those smaller gates where you actually get on the tarmac.
Okay. So you just walked to the wrong plane?
I walked to the wrong plane.
They should have things to stop people from doing that. They usually have the rope. That was happening to be boarding at the exact same moment.
You know when you watch a film like Home Alone?
That
and
is
you're like,
Home Alone.
and you're like, this would never happen
Never.
now. You can't just walk to any plane and get on. He's
So
done it in
let's-
2022.
If there was no guy in that seat, because
That's what I was like, oh my God.
full, you could have flown to
I
a
would
completely
have.
different place.
You were listening to something. You wouldn't have heard the flight attendants or the pilot say, "This is flight blah blah
Which
blah"
is
to
exactly
whatever
what
city.
happened on Home Alone.
Kevin's in New York.
Yeah, he's literally listening to music.
Yeah. So I was like, this is crazy. So I get off the plane, and I'm like, and she's like, we'll try and hold it. And I'm like,
Oh my
thank you.
God.
There's a guy now running off one plane and running to another one.
Yeah.
He's like trying to flag the pilots down. Like, wait, don't go.
But he has to
Then
hijack his stairs and like throw his shoe at the plane.
I start running to the plane, and then I stop and double take because they'd made me gate check my bag.
Oh. After all that.
So then,
Your luggage is on the wrong
I
plane.
run back, and I'm like, my bag is on the plane. And then the guy who's like, the
luggage handler?
luggage guy, he's like, what's your luggage tag? And I was like, it's in my seat.
Oh my God. Which seat?
it was- wait,
well, some guy.
Yeah, was it in the seat in the right plane or the seat in the wrong
In the
plane?
wrong plane. So
One man
I
is
hadn't gotten
delaying
on.
two
To be clear, I had not gotten on the correct plane at this point.
Okay.
So then the guy was like, I was like, it's black. He's like, they're all black. And then he was like holding up a bag, and I was like, no, that's not it. And then he held up another bag, and said, that's not it.
This is such a personalized experience for you.
And then he
can't
holds
believe
up.
they did this.
It was either the third or the fourth one. I was like, that's it. And he's like, yeah. And then he gives it to me, and then I run on, and then I get on my plane,
I'm gonna
and
shit
it's like,
my
oh,
pants.
you're the guy, and I'm like, yeah.
You're the guy. They're going to tell stories about you for years at those airports.
So where did you almost go?
I don't know, Gavin. I was so freaked out. I was so freaked out.
You were almost a person who didn't know which airport you were in, going on a flight to a city you didn't know.
I mean, I knew what airport I was in when I was there because it's like.
I would love if he woke up like in Bermuda. Like he fell asleep on the plane, then he opens his eyes and he's like in another country.
No, I just like the idea of him thinking like, damn, how long is this flight? Like, looks at his watch. I've been on this plane for 5 hours. Where am I going?
I didn't know this about the UK. You know, I knew that they had like, you know, speeding cameras to catch people who are speeding, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that the UK had mobile speeding cameras, where I guess they'll just park a van in an area and it's got a camera on it, and then they'll set it up to catch people who are speeding. This guy noticed that there was a mobile speed camera set up, so he parked behind the van
Love this dude.
and then popped up his trunk to block the camera, and then just walked to the pub and went to go drink.
How did he not get arrested?
There it is. He put his car there and just left it like that. It's like totally.
Yeah, there's loads of those. Especially on bridges, you find them.
So shitty. I hate that. I hate automated like traffic stuff. I hate it.
Could that get you a ticket even though like they didn't catch you speeding at the time, like physically?
Well, like here's the thing, Barb. Let's say you go to court, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Put the camera on the stand? I mean, it's how's
You
a
don't
camera?
ask it questions. You just look at the photo. What do you mean?
What if the camera malfunctioned?
Does the
and it
camera
got
take a
the
photo?
wrong?
Right.
the
Does
wrong
the camera
speed?
take a
seems
photo
like-
of the car and of the red light? No, it just takes a photo of the car and you assume it's the right time.
Like I feel like some
It's all horse
person
shit.
has to
Well, it's the
physically
speed camera.
catch you speeding to be able to give you a ticket for it.
right.
There are some that like.
Or even a speeding one. It notes the speed and takes a picture of your car.
Are
and
you
it's
worried
like,
that the camera's lying or it's malfunctioning?
that's malfunction.
Well, there's a lot of average speed cameras where 2 cameras are involved. Do you have those?
No.
It takes a picture of you at one set, and then like a mile down the road, it takes a picture again.
Why are you so comfortable with like all these Orwellian laws? Why are you just so like completely comfortable with like a camera sending you a ticket?
Well, because I don't break the law. Like,
No,
if
it's because
I-
you don't drive.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
It's
like,
good, right, Barb? It's
you
because he
always
doesn't
get
drive.
It's 'cause he
annoyed-
doesn't drive.
You always
It's
get annoyed with
absolutely
me
that.
when I don't care about security cameras. It's like, I mean, I feel safer with it there. If I get mugged, then some pricks on camera mugging me.
Why don't you put one in your bedroom then, and hire a service to like monitor your
Because
bedroom?
nobody's gonna mug me in my bedroom.
What if they
probably.
do? That'd be really dangerous. That'd be super dangerous.
What if you were asleep? and
You're
you felt
very
like-
all or nothing.
Wallet.
Yes.
You can't have a little mixture of like, well, on this busy street corner, you should have a camera.
It's either a bad idea or it's not a bad idea. That's my point.
It's both.
It's either.
It's 50-50.
What?
What?
Does 50 mean both to you?
No.
You have 50 of one camera and 50 of another camera. What?
It's just a culture thing. I feel like
just
in-
said it's either a good idea or a bad idea.
That's like saying
Yes.
It's
Go
like
ahead.
saying what?
that's like saying 2 different numbers.
Gus.
Okay, okay.
What did Gavin mean by it's 2 different numbers?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
It's like saying two different numbers.
That's like saying everything.
That didn't help when you just said. That's like saying everything?
Well, you just said all the possibilities that a question could be.
I said it's either a good idea or it's a bad
What
idea.
other could it be? What other idea could it be? A medium idea?
What he's saying
No,
is
it's
that
always either a good idea or a bad idea. It's it's either a good idea in every scenario or it's a bad idea.
What are you guys saying? You're not saying
no,
English.
Bernie makes sense.
I think I make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sort of worried that I don't.
Okay, this is how this usually goes. I'm usually confused over here. Explain to me what he means.
What he
I
means
want to
is
say two numbers. 8, 11. That's I'm done.
the existence of cameras is either always good or always bad. It's not like there's no nuance to it. It's not like in this situation it's good, in this situation it's bad.
If it's monitoring you
either
in your
blanket.
bedroom or if it's monitoring you outside your front door and it's bad, that means it's bad to have it. You can't just say, "Oh, it's okay in this scenario."
But why is it bad now?
I always think it's bad.
Because of malfunctions that we just said.
Or it's like I just don't want cameras pointed at me all the time. I just don't. I want to go everywhere and there's fucking cameras.
See that Amy Schumer thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the televised Rooster podcast.
Amy Schumer said
As we
that
have
she's not
6
going to
cameras.
take photos with fans anymore.
Yeah, apparently, like, some guy stuck a camera in her face, and she was like, "No, I don't want to take a picture." And he's like, "I paid you," or like, "I paid
We paid
for
for
this."
you.
We paid for you. That's a weird comment to hear.
Yeah, and
I mean, I get the sentiment behind it, but it's a weird thing
it's
to
a
hear.
weird.
It also
thing.
didn't seem like she was performing. It just seemed like she was walking down the street.
I don't know what the context.
She also
was.
said a thing like, so that's the reason why this dude in Greenville, am I remember correctly?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take photos with anybody anymore. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, that's not.
I don't think that's the right way.
It's
to
either a
do it.
good idea
Okay.
or it's a bad idea.
No, listen, say two numbers.
Peace
you
and
fucking
love.
asshole. It's like saying two numbers. Whenever you get mad from now on, the rest of the podcast.
But I just-
want you to know how mad I am when I say two numbers.
7-Eleven.
I just don't know how you can say that about anything and not have it be completely pointless. Like, name a thing.
Football game.
It's either a good idea or a bad idea.
Flowers.
You might as well have said grape.
No, there's football.
People like
football
grapes.
games. There's football games that are a bad idea, and there's football games that are good ideas. It's not either or. There's and in there. There's good football games and there's bad football games. To me, a camera is if it's a bad idea. then
Right.
It's a bad idea.
So if a camera saved your life and then leaked wank pictures to the internet, it was a good idea and a bad idea. What are you saying? It helped you and then it ruined you.
Where's the camera that's saving my life? Where is that camera?
In your house.
In my house? No, it's a bad idea.
Okay, you get tied up and your head's underwater.
It's a bug.
Cut to
Why'd you
you
cut
on
to me?
that
There's a bug.
Right, you're being drowned in a bucket, head first in a bucket. The camera sees this and someone calls the police and they pull you out of the bucket.
How to get in the bucket?
Someone tied you up upside down and dunked your head in the
Guy
bucket.
who sells cameras. It sounds like no. Because if it's in my house and it's filming me, or something, it just seems ridiculous.
But don't you have cameras in your house?
No, I have security cameras like outside my house.
But you wait. Now you're contradicting yourself.
I don't see it as the same way.
Are they a good idea?
8 and 11.
I thought you were joking about having cameras. You said it's
I
either
do. I have
always
cameras in
good
my house. I have
or
cameras in my
always
house.
bad.
And is it always bad or always good?
Those are always bad. Those ones in particular. That's a bad idea. I'm totally hypocrite at this point. I just don't want. I don't want civil surveillance.
I want the dessert thing.
Go grab it. I'm tied to the chair. I can't get up. But you can definitely go get
I
it.
don't have the
that
recording of it,
cookie.
but we went to E3. Meg and I had a Donkey Kong competition. Gavin! I wanted to eat the delicious
That's
cookie.
still edible.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
It landed face down.
No, it didn't. Shush, come on. Nobody can see it. It's off screen.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that's
Pizza
probably
Hut.
only for sponsors.
Thanks for that, Gavin.
I'm
Why
gonna
was
eat it
there
anyway.
a plate on a plate?
Oh, you guys didn't record the thing leaving. It's just left as though by magic.
You got to ruin the. You don't want to ruin the magic.
I really want to eat that.
I
I
wanna
kind
try.
of do
how
too.
good it
I
is.
think
Go
we
get
could
it.
We could
still
eat the-
eat the back of it.
Back of it, yeah.
Listen, we're well beyond the 5-second rule at this point.
Who cares? But that part's still in the tinfoil.
What is
I
on
think
that
if
floor?
you don't use your hands, it's fine.
What is on that floor? Do you think that's bad for you?
I don't
Shoe.
care. I'll eat all of
I
that.
see. I'm with you. It's such. It's
I think
good.
the floor is like the dirt. That's why I don't like shoes. I just think about like how
We're eating it in 5 minutes. I won't
dirty
be able to-
bathroom floors are, and how dirty the ground is, and how everything's covered in shit, and you're just stepping in
I
it constantly.
literally don't care though.
What do you mean? It's urine in
I
there.
literally don't care either. It doesn't bug
You
me.
know how much
animals.
stuff goes in your body without you even realizing?
piss.
What's this?
though.
Wait a minute. Let's
I'm
Barbara run with this thought. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm sure tons of piss and shit and semen and every type of human bodily fluid goes in your body when you're eating, when you're breathing.
Semen.
Yeah, but if you can
What?
reduce that quantity, would you not want to reduce that quantity?
But clearly, I've been okay. I've almost 27 years of
Well,
life.
you look like shit right now.
No, what do you? God dare you? Don't look at me. She's the one who looks terrible.
What the fuck? You fucking assholes.
I know. I'm just making it up.
When in your life do you find semen in your mouth without you having
let me
just
tell you.
interacted with a semen producer? Penis. It's penis.
Listen. I actually asked Ellie to help with you with something because we were traveling
yeah.
somewhere together, and I don't know if we can say it's RTX London. I don't know if either one of us has been announced yet, but I had her
Is
book.
this the part where Ellie yells at me and calls him a piece of shit?
Yes.
So what was this? What happened? Well, it's like you wanted to fly an American.
Well, okay.
You
All
fly
right.
British Airways.
I've
Okay, go ahead.
I never fly British Airways.
What?
I fly American.
What? That's not true.
Because
Go ahead.
I can just spend miles and get upgraded. Right? Can't do that on BA.
Yes, you can.
No, you can
Yeah.
get miles. You can't spend them.
Yes, you can.
Oh, bollocks!
No.
Bullshit!
This is probably where you're going wrong, Gavin. Is that all you have to do is call them, and then you treat the person at the end of the phone like a person,
boy.
and then they're more willing to help you out.
There you go.
Done it. They said you can't spend your miles because it's a British Airways operated flight, and you can't upgrade
They're
to
partners.
They're
Then
they're
you use
part.
the
They're
phrase.
one world.
Then you use the phrase, "Are you sure there's nothing you can do?"
What,
So I
what
love
happens
Ellie.
then?
This is what she does.
And then they go, well, depending on how you say it. If you say it sternly, like you're politely but sternly, you know,
See,
like
I
a
don't-
British
I
way, then they take a few moments and they go, hang on, let me check. And then they come back 5 minutes later or something after you've been on hold for a while and you've been about your own business.
So who are you talking to? You talking to BA or American Airlines?
I'm talking to BA.
Oh, okay. Because I was to go through American. They're
Yeah,
like,
they'll go like, oh, there's nothing you can do and fuck you. But British Airways are like, I'm ever so sorry.
See, I went to American. They said, go screw yourself. Then they put me on to BA, and they said, you've got no
Just-
miles with us. They're with American.
So what's the situation now?
I'm
With
figuring
this-
it out now.
With this flight. See,
So
Ellie's
but
work-
here's what I wrote, right? I was very specific because if you're not clear, then you're to blame, right? So we were like doing this thing, and they were like, "Can you do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need to fly on American Airlines." And then I thought that's not specific enough because you can book code share through American, but it might be operated by British Airways,
This is so specific.
right?
Go ahead.
So I said, "Yes, but I need to fly on an American Airlines operated flight." And that is as specific as I
But
could get.
you do
And I'm
understand-
a BA. So then I was like, well, I'm not flying American now.
No, you're not. You're flying on the same flight as every single person from this company going to RTX London,
are
and
those
you're
people?
the only one that's being extra about not being able to use free miles to upgrade.
You're like right under the bus.
The miles I earned, and it means that I can sleep in a bed flying.
But you can do it. You just have to go a little couple extra steps and be nice to people.
Should we listen to Ellie because she has a posher accent than you?
Yes.
I don't look. There's no way on this flight on BA that I'm going to be in business class.
If I,
With an
what
upgrade.
would you do? What would you give me if I get you business class?
I would give you a business class ticket.
Would you?
Really?
I bought with my own money.
If you get if she gets you upgraded to business class,
For
then
free?
you would buy her a business class ticket to go over there.
Yeah.
So you just announced that Ellie's going to RTX London. That's what
Are you not going?
No, I don't. Yes, yes. I don't think I can travel to RTX London, and
Also,
my
it's
assistant
not-
and producer who lives or is from the UK would not come with us.
It's not.
That would be quite mean.
If I
not
said
that
London, would you be mad if I said you're from London? That would have made you mad.
No, I'm so well. I grew up in Kent, and then I went to school in London. So I'm from both, but it's just easier to say from London. 'Cause
So
people
fair,
are like,
yeah.
Here's the thing. It's not that I have to fly business class.
England is my
It's
city.
just if you're going somewhere for work, if you slept on the way, then you're going to be like bouncier and more, in work form when you get there.
Yeah,
I
but
can
we're not-
I
we've
fly
got a couple
economy all the
days.
time. But
That's
if
why
we
we're
have the
going early.
choice, and I know I'm going to get the upgrade on American for free, and we don't have to spend, company money on an
It's the most
upgrade,
proper argument ever.
then if we have the choice, we haven't booked the flight, put me on American, I'll happily fly to
But when
Dallas
you put in the
first.
do
thing that
this.
you should be operated by American, a normal person reading that isn't going to know the distinction.
So what
But
should I
know
say?
the distinction.
Please fly me on a plane with American Airlines written on the side of the plane. How else
No.
can I explain it?
But I mean, something like I would rather go indirect to get my free upgrade because I'm extra, rather than
I've got the miles to spend. Why wouldn't I spend them?
because for a direct flight, like most
That'd be
normal
like-
people would rather have a direct flight. then
Do you
don't fly a lot though.
all right.
So you're okay with you're okay with the connection?
It depends on the connection. Like to Dallas, that's like you're up, you're down. Now just do it again.
I hate that
and I'll
part
be
of it. Though.
Flying, sleeping. It's great.
I booked that flight because the entire company was going on that one flight on that day, and it didn't make sense to me that one person would be upset about it.
I hope that the two of you can work it out because
I'm going to do it. I'm going to get you that flight.
This is why my reputation.
You're going to owe her a very expensive business class ticket if that's the case.
I regret that. I regret to say that.
You are
like
doing yours with
$6,000.
miles, but if you have to pay for that, that's a stupid amount of money. That's stupid. That was a big bet you just threw out there.
See, I get this shitty reputation now because now I'm like fussing about the thing that I was specific in the first place.
So Gavin of business class cannot fly with the peons in economy.
I will happily fly in economy. I'm just gonna be crabby.
Where am I?
When we land,
I will deal with your crabbiness.
Where am I booked?
But
am I up in business class?
Yeah.
I am?
Well, I'm going to get both of you free upgrades because I'm nice to people.
Okay, I'll take it if I can get it.
Nice.
Do you
but
think?
firm.
Do you think I wouldn't be nice to someone on the phone? Have you ever spoken to me on the phone?
No, but if anything, speaking to you in real life is anything to go by.
Wow. Really brutal. She's spoken to you over email. It's kind of like the modern day phone.
You said to me the other day, that sounds like a lot of extra words I'd have to use. And that is verbatim.
Okay, so that's the thing that I don't have. I don't have like the fluff that goes around.
It's not fluff. It's just saying, hello, sorry, I have a bit of a problem and I was wondering if you could help me out.
See, I wouldn't do that. I would just
No,
be
you
like,
wouldn't.
No, because there's no information there.
Well,
I
that's
could
the
be like,
beginning of the conversation, Gavin. That's not the whole thing. They're not supposed to guess the rest.
but you're just throwing a load of extra fluff around the bit that you want. Like for me, it'd be like, hi, I need help with an upgrade.
Yeah, I know. And they'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, this asshole.
But that's not rude. That's just me
It
being like,
is.
how's that rude? How's that rude? See, Meg had to go at me this once because I called up a dry cleaner and I said, hi, what time are you open till? Cool, thanks. And she was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, what? She's like, oh, I would have been like, hi, I'm just wondering, all this stuff. And I was
Yes.
like, but what does that achieve? That's just wasting their time.
No, it doesn't. It achieves people feeling like not only they're providing a service, but like people actually think that they're people, and that's nice. That's nice to be thought of as a person, and not like, hello, Gavin need clothes. When clothes?
This face that Gavin is.
Gavin need pickup clothes. When shop clothes? Thank you.
I mean, it's not that bad. Make
Well,
it sound like
that's
it's
how
just
it
like,
comes across.
When you're at a hotel and you have to call the front desk, or if you're going to order room service or whatever, do you tell them what room you're in when they pick up?
No, because they know what room you're in.
I know that, but it's like I always tell them what room I'm in. I feel like that's fluff. Like that is, I know that they have that information.
That isn't fluff because it's actual information. Like there's actual like data.
Yeah.
You can't get any data from, hi, I was just wondering if something, there's
Yeah, but
nothing
most
there.
people aren't just in search of data. They're trying to connect with other humans.
You're also trying to get something out of this person.
You need to think about the story. Like, this guy's been sat at the dry cleaners all day, right? And he's just been giving people bags of clothes and it's boring. And he gets a phone call and he's like, oh, a human to talk to. And you're like, hello, when does your store close? Thanks.
I would disagree. I would
They're looking for someone to be
think that
like,
someone in retail doesn't want any interaction with a human, and they want all interactions to be as brief as possible so they can crack on with their
we
crossword or
aren't all
Sudoku.
just a bunch of Gavins walking the earth.
I put on, Jeff, one of the things I did, do you use the activity stuff on your Apple Watch to bridge two conversations together here?
Sure.
Do you use that at all?
Yeah.
Like you get a stand goal and you get 12 in a day, and then you hit your stand goal for the day. I, one day, as an experiment, decided to see if I could get 24 hours of standing in one day. And I did it. And Justine saw it. And so she sent me an invite to be friends on Apple Watch. And then, so I have to see every time Justine works out. And she works out fucking all the time. And then she challenged me after last week. She challenged me to a fitness competition, and I accepted. Biggest mistake.
What does that mean? What is a fitness competition?
It's like you get points for your activity. You have minutes of exercise, calories burned, and then a way lesser stat is how many hours in the day you stand up once. And it mainly, it hedges way more towards the competition, towards minutes exercise and then calories burned as a result. Huge mistake. It's only 7 days, and I'm like 2 days in. I'm already regretting it worse than I've regretted anything.
Can we have like a sloth challenge where it's like whoever can get the lowest activity score?
That's a great idea.
We're gonna have like the least amount of exercise in a day.
Let me tell you,
Apple products suck, and this is a piece of shit, and I don't want it anymore.
Oh, really?
I'm switching to whatever.
So, are you still trying to hook it up to the thing?
Galaxy Note. No, we'll deal with it later.
Oh,
It's not good for the
now
podcast.
we're gonna stop. Now we're gonna stop because you're pouting.
That's. It doesn't do what it says it does. It says simple passcode. With this on, Apple Watch unlocks with a simple 4-digit passcode. Cool, whatever. I turn it off and it goes, yeah, change your passcode. I change my passcode and it goes, cool, you've got a new passcode. And then I go, okay. I still want to turn it off. And then when I click to turn it off again, it goes, cool, change your passcode. Cunt.
Easy. Come on, dude. Take it easy.
I mean it.
I'll look it up.
This
for
phone
you.
is
Are
a
you looking
cunt.
up to you guys? We're all looking at our phones.
Yeah, we're trying.
God.
What award did this podcast win?
Yeah.
right.
I watched Manifest.
Oh, is that
you
any
told
good?
me, but you told me about that.
It's okay.
It doesn't.
The premise is better than the show.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you're hoping the show catches up, like the quality of the show catches up to the plot, you know? But Millie likes it, so that's our thing now. We watch it's on like 11 episodes.
Your manifestos?
It's a plane that takes off. Yes, we're
Christ,
manifestos.
dude.
It's a plane, it takes off, just disappears. It's gone.
Malaysia 370.
Langoliers.
And then 5 years later, the plane lands. And for the people that were on the plane, no time has passed. And for all the people on Earth, they're like, I got remarried.
I found it in 10 seconds. I literally found it in 10 seconds.
What'd you find?
Unlock.
What do you think he found? He's already done the watch.
Unlock with iPhone.
Oh, you still on that?
Dude, 10 seconds has gone by. Go to your watch. Go to settings.
On my watch?
On your watch. You want to unlock your watch, right?
Dude, I'll go to all my settings. All right, I'm on my settings.
Okay. Go down to the bottom.
Passcode.
There you go. Now scroll in there. It says unlock with iPhone.
It's on.
So you're unlocked with your iPhone.
You got to have the watch on. If you have it off, it's going to fuck up.
Oh, yeah. If you don't have the watch on, it's not going to... And then it'll unlock once when you unlock your phone.
I'm telling you, every time I try to use my watch, I have to enter that password in.
You should be good now.
I didn't change anything.
He just had you change the thing.
It was already like that. Watch this. All right.
Maybe you're dead, and this is how he found out you have no pulse.
Every time I go to use my phone, that password comes on. No matter what.
All right.
I can't.
After the podcast,
We'll sit down.
We'll sit down and figure it out.
We had a whole topic on the podcast last week about horrible tech support and how long it takes. And now we're doing the performance art version of that.
But you guys have also heard, I think we've talked about on the podcast briefly, but if there's more wheels or doors in the world.
Yeah.
More wheels or doors?
More wheels.
Oh, have you not heard this?
Probably.
Oh, God.
No.
Well, there must be doors.
I thought wheels at first.
Because cars have doors and wheels, but buildings have
Everyone thinks
doors.
of cars immediately.
But I mean, vehicles have both, but buildings have just one.
But then you think about like boats.
what about
Boats
over there?
have doors.
All these
Look at all
wheels.
those
And
wheels
have
on
no
all
wheels.
those.
Oh, we're counting those wheels.
These are all wheels.
Look at all the wheels everywhere, and there's only one door for this room.
Anytime there's like something where it's like a crank, it has like a wheel thing.
Airplanes have wheels and doors.
Yes.
Is a door...
Are we gonna
Is
get
a hole a door?
Does it
this
have...
has an opening?
No,
and
I would
close?
say it's something that could open and close. So
But
like
if it's a door
cabinet,
frame
a
without-
cabinet's a door.
No, it has to open and close.
Right.
That's what a door is, Gavin. As open close.
But if you got into a bedroom through the... But it didn't have a...
That's not a door.
It's a
But
doorway.
you still went in...
It did. Yeah.
It's an entry.
Entryway.
Yeah.
Not a door. But then also like if in your
I know you're
kitchen,
smarter than this. You can work.
in your kitchen you have cabinet doors. That's a door.
Damn. Yeah, that's true. There's cabinet doors.
You got wheels on your
There's
fridge.
doors everywhere. But
What
there's-
came first, the wheel or the door?
Probably
The door.
door.
I would say the door.
Yes,
know.
the door.
So-
But I don't know if it was called a door. Like you're thinking about like ancient civilizations whenever before the wheel.
I guess if you're
They-
putting up something to close off a shelter.
Yeah.
Is a rug hanging a door? Is a bunch of beads a door?
Doors were invented in 3000 BC.
And wheels?
Wheels were invented in the 4th millennium BC.
Wow.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what those mean.
It's about the same.
I'm like, oh,
What didn't you know?
crazy. What the difference of time that is? Like 3000
Both were
BC, and the fourth
So,
millennium.
the
3000
wheel was sometime between 3300 and 4500 BC.
See. Okay.
The door was 3000 BC.
But wait a minute. I have a question about the BC thing.
Wait, you changed it.
Isn't it?
Did I see it wrong? Bo?
Doesn't time go like?
Yeah.
Wouldn't 4000 BC be further than 3000
Further
BC?
back.
Yeah. You
Yes,
said-
I'm saying the
okay.
wheel might have been first.
Say the numbers again.
The wheel was between 3300 and 4500 BC.
Okay.
The door was approximately 3000 BC.
Okay, so then potentially the wheel. Yeah.
What idiots invented a wheel before a door?
What? That's super weird. I wouldn't have thought that though.
Look, which
You're like, oh, we got all these holes in our house. We don't know how to fill them, but we can put stuff on a wheel. And
Yeah.
It's like they're being an argument, like, right, we're trying to reinvent the door here.
I guess it's like maybe they didn't call the door a door. Like maybe it functioned as a door, but they didn't like constitute it as something. I don't
Well,
know.
you're just talking about the word, though. I mean, that could apply to the wheel.
Door.
Could have been the roundy block.
Back in caveman days, they
Yeah,
didn't know
where
how
they
to
would just
speak,
go,
so they were just like making noises and pointing. That's what I meant by that.
I still do the same thing.
Yeah.
So in 3000 BC, wooden doors were used in Europe, and in 2000 BC, stone doors became used in Asia.
Stone door? That's asking for trouble.
Well, that's how Jesus Christ was resurrected.
Oh, yeah. 2,000 years after they were invented.
Was that door or like just a big rock?
Well,
is a ball and a hole a door?
What did you say? Your accent confused me.
Ball?
What?
Yeah. Is a ball in a hole a door?
Yeah, honestly, I thought I was the only one that was like, is a bowl in a hole what?
Yeah.
What did he say?
It's rolling a big ball in front of a big hole, the same as closed.
You're making it worse. You're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm not. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Rolling a bowl in front of a hole.
Ball! A ball! You throw a ball!
Ball.
Not a ball!
A ball. A round.
I'm not saying cool. I'm saying cool.
Okay, so ball.
Still remember that one.
A ball in a hole. Is it a door?
A ball.
A ball.
I've worked here 10 years.
Are we spelling it B-A-L-L?
I had no problem most of the time.
Right, let me say it how it's spelled. A bowl in front of a door.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
A ball.
Yep.
A ball in front of a hole. What?
You said it with a funny
Is it
look, though.
is it
like
a
you
door?
didn't understand. What? What's the question?
Well, no,
What?
you asked us a question. Yeah,
You tell us what your question
A ball in a hole. Is it a door? I think it could be. Yes. I'm going to say
like,
yes.
if you had like a hole in the like a little divot in the ground, and there was a ball there blocking an entryway.
Like, what if you lived in an underground cave and you had to get in the ladder and climb down and you rolled a ball over
Yeah.
the entry?
I would consider that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking at you guys. I'm going to see who gags first.
And I'm reading this.
Are you ready to read?
He's already gagging. when we started.
I read the title.
Someone grabbed a plate. I don't know
All
what
right,
they're
go
planning.
ahead.
All right.
All right, ready?
Plate?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
going to switch over.
This is the vomit vacuum.
3, 2, 1, go.
My boyfriend and I were on vacation and decided to head into the bedroom for the night. We had a little too much wine, but still decided to have oral sex. I threw up on his penis, and my instant reaction was to suck all the vomit back into my mouth. He later described it as a vacuuming sensation.
Gotta keep reading, gotta
and
keep
thought it
reading,
was
you
a
gotta
pretty-
keep reading.
And thought it was pretty cool. I cried for a
There we
solid
go,
2
Bernie,
hours.
Gavin tried to look away. Gavin really tried to stop reading.
Did he look away from his paper?
For a second. I immediately got back on it.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I can't believe.
Do we have
on the
another trash
first
can we
one.
can stage for Bernie just to be safe?
I had read the story. I had read the story before too. I think I was prepared for it.
What's weird to me is I'd already read that story. I don't know.
Really?
I think I saw that story on Reddit a few days ago. Oh, there's one behind him?
Oh, there's one behind
Okay.
All right, see if Gav can make it through the
Just in case.
There goes Gavin.
All right. The baby bird eater.
Wait. We got to wait for them to get to
All right,
be
go
ready.
ahead.
Okay.
I was getting head from a girl who, to say the least, was extremely adventurous in the bedroom. She insisted I come in her mouth. After all was said and done, I let out a few audible sighs only to end up with her baby birding my own cum into my mouth.
Read it.
She literally fed it to me. She thought it was hot, but I was horrified.
All right, I'm not playing this game anymore.
No, gotta get through these. There's 3 more.
I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm 0 for 2.
You literally put these on the sheet.
You could.
I chose it because they were so bad. And I don't know why that one. Did you gag? What was
No,
that?
it's a sneeze. You could win the next 3. You could do
How
this.
do you not gag at this stuff?
It's funny. It's really funny.
You know how you don't gag? You just don't picture yourself in the scenario.
You just don't picture yourself. I'm not picturing myself in this. Why is that your go-to, Barb?
Because that's usually what makes me gag, is if I picture myself doing something.
Come on, Bernie, stick it out. You can do this. You can do this.
All right. So if Gavin gets one more, though, he wins.
Yes.
You got to read it all the way through.
All right, are you guys ready? No, Bernie's, you ready?
Yeah, I'm
I
ready.
always
This
just wait
Three.
until you gag and then I gag.
This
3,
is the
2,
potty mouth.
1, go.
My best friend's boyfriend was going down on her, and he unfortunately ended up with toilet paper remnants.
Oh, well, Gavin's out. Gavin's out. That might have been record time.
You want me to finish it? Because she didn't clean herself properly. He had bits of dirty toilet paper between his teeth.
Oh.
Dirty toilet paper. Wow.
Oh. That was a nasty sounding burp. Oh, smells gross too.
Oh my god.
Are we going on to the next one?
Yeah.
2 to
All right,
1.
This is the most shameful walk of all time. I met up with a guy from Grindr, and he had the biggest penis I'd ever seen. I had to take his penis out of my ass because it hurt so bad, and he said, "Damn, you made a mess." I saw what looked like a gallon of beef.
Gavin is out.
What did you
A gallon of what?
A gallon of beef stew.
Oh.
He's walking away. Gavin threw in the towel. He's giving up. All right, we're done. I don't want to read any more of this stories.
Yeah, now we're to the tiebreaker. It's 2 to 2. Don't look at it. All right.
Last
I
one.
brought up something there.
There's more to that story, but I won't read it. Last
Okay.
one. The hidden present. My boyfriend came home drunk and wanted anal. We had done it once before, but we were both sober and careful to go slow and use lube. This time he was so drunk he poured lube all over my ass and shoved his dick right in. It hurt so bad I had to stop him after a minute or two. The next morning he went to the bathroom and found shit under his foreskin
Gavin, stop.
that had been there all night.
I did it. I made it. What a comeback.
You want to come back?
Come back just like the baby bird eater story.
Oh, stop it. I'm like all teary-eyed and sweaty now.
Yeah, I'm getting scared.
You told. I can't believe you came back. I thought that was it. I thought the next story you were done.
I did not. You've ruined my head. It's all full of mucus.
Someone who is this erock393 on Twitter said, "You can tell who the fucked up people are by not reacting."
I know, you guys are just like taking it in stride.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Oh my god. Here, you want a napkin?
Dude, beef stew.
Oh, stop. Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
Oh my god.
That was a terrible game. I'm sorry I came up with that. I'm sorry I came up with that.
You did that to yourself.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently, other people are also gagging on social media right now.
We need a theme song.
We should just be like a mashup of you guys making vomiting noises.
We would do those at the end of the podcast.
But to the tune of Gavin or Google.
Yeah.
Right at the right.
Gavin or gaggle.
Gallon of beef stew.
Oh, there's so much liquid trying to leave my head.
That earlier burp of yours didn't smell right.
What? It was vomit.
It was like guttural. Like I feel like I know what your intestines and your stomach smell like now.
It's all like poison.
Yep.
I've never seen you laugh this hard at anything.
I just had a feeling this was gonna work really well, and then Kevin's never gonna recover now. Oh god. I never get to play Gavin or Google. I always have to host it.
I always,
Yeah.
Well, this one you got to play.
Thanks, Matt Marin 13. He just said it was the best comeback story.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
I keep going back to like little nuggets of memory from each story.
Nuggets.
Do you need a break? Do you want a ginger ale?
Let's take 5.
I could be so mean right now and just say things that'll fuck you up. Like nuggets of dirty toilet paper
That was hard to recover.
in your teeth.
Someone said I just tuned into the podcast. What the fuck?